What's up, guys? So let's break down the markets and essentially what we're looking at into next week. So right now we've got about an hour and a half until the market closes. And if you can't tell, we're in a pretty strong range, which we have been for quite some time, unfortunately, or at least this week. So majority of this week. And if we draw fib extensions from these levels, from this swing high to swing low, from the AKA market crash, so-called crash that we had. Let's make sure we've got separation of colors here, and then we can dive into the charts a little bit. So right now we're rejecting the 1618 retracement level, or extension level, sorry. And we are running into that, and I've seen that act as pretty strong resistance. And so we've got the previous all-time high right here. We're consolidating here. Really, there's two things that could happen. So we've created this range between this level here and basically yesterday. We're putting in an inside candle today. And now what we're looking at is we could probably pull back. Let's go over the scenarios, I guess. So we could pull back to the 8 EMA, bounce, and then move into the all-time high. We can continue to trade sideways and then make our decision later on. Or really, there's two things that can happen. A pullback to one of the EMAs, the 8 or 21, or a move right up into all-time highs. I'm thinking we're going to see some sort of pullback, smaller pullback, and then potentially a move into the all-time high. So that's what I'm looking for in the markets right now. And then if we go, we can dive into some of the smaller time frames. So right now we have a 30-minute buy, and you can see it's pretty choppy in here. So I'm not too like, we need to buy, because just the way the market is looking right now, it's just very sloppy, very choppy, choppy action. Now, this could take us into a new high, and what I'd be looking for is a maybe like a 5-minute buy signal to take us up into this resistance, and then hold some runners to see if we can make it even further. So that's what I'm looking at initially. And the only thing that's got me like, okay, we need to be patient is few things. Okay, so you can see here, buy signals pop, buy signals pop, buy signals pop, buy signals pop, buy signal pop. And then if we go to the 30-minute, buy signals pop. And so now what we're kind of seeing is that we may, so we got that pop up, gap fill Thursday. If you haven't seen my most recent video, go check that out because that'll explain what that is. And we had this pullback. So we caught some nice gains here, came right up into resistance, and then now we kind of sold off. What I'm looking for now is, are we going to have a, was that a fake out to push higher? Because if we look at the 4-hour, we're still intact. We are still rocking and rolling. 2-hour, all of these time frames. 1 hour looks just fine. We're getting early entry signals on the 1 hour. The 30-minute, we've got that buy signal, two buy signals, and I think the next 5-minute squeeze could be very telling. I think we might consolidate into the end of the day. We might not see much action, but I am thinking that this 30-minute squeeze can give us the next direction of where we may go. So right now, those are my two scenarios, right? So, and we don't know which way. We're clearly in chop. It's an inside day. That will tell you that today was chop. So we have rejection here, and that's the key resistance that we have to get through to get to the new high. And then maybe we can get to 7,500, or sorry, 5,700. So that's what we're looking at for the indexes. The only thing we have right now Well, we're printing a 15-minute squeeze. So that's another thing. And then if we go to the 1 hour, we've got a squeeze with slingshot momentum. 2 hour, we've got a bull squeeze with a ready buy, and then 4 hour nothing. So really, if you're looking at these time frames from multiple different ways, we're looking like we're probably going to push up again. So I am cautiously bullish. We just need to get through this resistance. Do I like seeing a double top? Not really. So it's probably better to be patient. Okay. So that's that. Next thing, we're going to go look at, which I need to throw on here, NDX. So NDX, this one here, similar story. Buy signals, pop, buy signals, pop, buy signals, pop. So 1, 2, 3, and then now we kind of ended the trend a little bit, right? And this one definitely does not look as good as SPY. So we have to be aware of that. We don't have buy signals. We do have a squeeze that's trying to slingshot to the upside. We've got these buy signals here, but we may be getting ready to sell or print a sell signal. 1 hour has a squeeze, ugly. 2 hour printing a squeeze, but we may see a little bit of a slingshot and swoop up. Let's go to draw our extensions here. So we go here. And then we go here. Okay. And so now it might be likely we're building our next weekly squeeze, to be honest. So just keep that in mind. So now looking at the charts here, we are just consolidating, and it's the same thing. We've got these two levels here. Need to fix this. We've got these two levels here, and basically we're just trading above support and diving through these different time frames. Nothing here. It looks like we're going to build up a 4 hour squeeze. 2 hour, we're already building a squeeze. Momentum is headed to the downside. 1 hour squeeze, we are just pretty neutral. 30-minute neutral. 15-minute neutral. But we could get a buy signal here in the near future. We need some things to clean up. We just need a stronger trend, to be honest. So with all of that being said, there's nothing really to do here. We are in a chop zone, and what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to look at the news that we have coming up next week, and I'm going to kind of just quote it to you. So Monday, nothing too notable. I'm only going to note the really big things. So Tuesday, 10 a.m., we have consumer confidence. Wednesday, got a couple Fed speakers. We have GDP on Thursday, unemployment claims on Thursday, PC on Friday. So not a crazy week, but we do have some notable economic reports coming next week. So I think right now what we're doing is we're building up the next squeeze, whether that be a daily squeeze, whether that be a 4 hour squeeze. That's what we're building on NDX, and that's going to be the same thing for SPY. SPY looks good, for better for upside than NDX, but you know, it is what it is. So, and then if we look at DIA, this one is the best looking thing out of these indexes. And you can see here, we've got some buy signals on the 1 hour. We've got it. I think that might be it. Yeah, and then we're building a 15-minute squeeze. This one is holding structure a lot better. We're trading above this chop area right here. So that could lead to higher prices, which is also going to bring us to the next couple things, which is XLV. This one has had a strong run, nice buy signals, and move up. So this one looks great for continuation. We might be getting a little extended here. That could be the end of the trend based on these this chop here. This could be the end of the immediate trend, maybe see a pullback. But right now we have to look at this thing bullishly. And we don't have anything setting. We have an hourly squeeze setting up, which can help DIA. And then from there, if we look at XLF, this one had a nice pop into the open today. But other than that, we don't really have any signals. We had buy signals here, and then there was a nice move up. XLI, buy signals, and nice move up. So these are the major components within the Dow. So I'm wanting to see, okay, could this help us continue higher and trade into higher prices? So those are the main things that I'm watching into this week. Those are the key sectors that I'm trying to pay attention to. We had a nice move on IWM, some buy signals before the close. So that actually turned out to be a great trade. But other than that, I think we're kind of playing the waiting game for the major indexes, the S&P and NASDAQ. We go to the weekly. We do have a weekly setup on IWM and a weekly setup on DIA. I like DIA much better. It's a little more extended now, but this is a good looking setup, and I think we could see some more continuation. And we've got a fib cluster here at around 421. So that 420 price level is probably going to act as somewhat of a magnet for DIA to the upside. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. And then we also, one that is moving is XHB, and this is the home builder sector. And we've been seeing some nice signals here. If we look at the weekly time frame, you can see we had a weekly buy signal here, and now we're headed up towards 120 again and almost going to take out those highs. So that was a great looking sector. Now what we got to look at is lastly, let this load up, and we're going to take a look at what other things are setting up. IW or XLP is gone. That made a nice move already. So we've got XLV 1 hour. We went over that. DIA 1 hour. XLI 1 hour. All those things are kind of setting up for a move to the upside. Gold is actually setting up in a weekly squeeze. So we can keep an eye on that one as well for a potential continuation. We got that first signal last week, got a little bit of a pullback this week. I believe we have 3 day. Yep, we had 3 days, 3 day signals. We had 2 day signals, and now we're kind of popping off. And you can see all these weekly time frame highs. So XLC, XLF, XLI, XRT. This one I'd be a little careful with just because we are off of all-time highs, but I mean, we are pretty far off of all-time highs, but I do think that this could potentially be a nice trade to the upside and could be a nice move in the future. So we may take a look at actually entering this today. XHB, GC, IWM, DIA, XLC. We have not talked about this yet. This one is with Meta. We had these dip buy entries here, and that actually turned out to be a nice trade. And I would say that's it for the sectors. That's really all that's setting up. I think XRT might be the move, might be something we want to take into coming weeks. It's still in the buy zone. We've got a 3-day squeeze. We've got a 2-day squeeze. We've got a daily squeeze. We've made some nice money off this stock or this sector. So we may want to take a look at potentially trading this. So yeah. All right, guys. I will keep you updated on anything that I take, but these are the main things I'm watching into this week. We've got a ready aim fire buy. We've got buy signals here. Yeah, this looks really good. So I'm going to look at pricing this now. And yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.